It's important to remember whenever engaging in any kind of movement to take care of yourself. So I'll guide you through a few movements just to get you familiar with mindful movement. However, I do invite you to do whatever feels right to you. You may feel the need sometimes to skip poses or perhaps make adaptations or make any adjustments that's necessary so that you continue to take care of yourself even as you learn a new practice. If you've done mindful movement before, I invite you to bring a beginner's mind into what this experience is for you today. We can always learn something new about our body. All right, let's get started by adopting a standing posture with our feet hip width apart, ensuring that the ankles are right below the knees and the hips, softening the knees. The weight is evenly distributed between both feet. Standing nice and tall and erect, slightly tilting in the pelvis, allowing your hands to face forward. Shoulders are down and back. Chest is slightly lifted, and the chin is slightly tucked in. Just noticing what it feels like to be standing in this way. Taking a few moments to feel the body's presence. And now noticing the body as a whole and connecting with your breath wherever you feel it the most right now. If you'd like to, you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And just begin to notice how the breath moves in the body. Breath awareness is an important component of mindful movement. And now bringing your awareness to your breath in your belly, noticing how the belly rises on the in-breath, expanding, and then contracts on the out-breath. Taking a few more breaths here, really becoming familiar with your breath and becoming familiar with this physical sensation of breathing. Whenever your mind wanders throughout this exercise, bringing non-judgment, curiosity, and acceptance, and just bringing your attention back to this breath. Now releasing your hands, continuing to notice your breath. And now in incorporating movement, continuing to be aware of both the breath and the body sensations you feel as we move. Remembering that there is no need here to strive for any particular outcome. On the next inhalation, slowly lifting your arms overhead and extending them, pointing your fingers to the sky or the ceiling, spreading your fingers wide. And then exhaling and really slowly lowering the arms, noticing the sensations that you feel as the arms come back down to your sides. Breathing in, feeling the resistance as the arms lift back up, and then clasping the fingers. And then turning the palms to face the ceiling. On an exhalation, lowering your arms slowly. Noticing how the sensations shift as the arms transition from overhead to your sides. Breath flowing freely. If your breath is obstructed, this is an indication that you might need to make an adjustment. Really important here to stay in your boundaries. Breathing in, allowing the arms to go up one more time, clasping the fingers, turning the palms towards the ceiling. Now breathing in deeply, lifting the torso, and then lowering the right arm, placing the right hand on the right thigh, and leaning in to the right side. Exhaling. Noticing any sensations you feel in the side body with curiosity, just noticing the quality of the sensations without wanting them to be different, adjusting as needed, being kind to yourself. Breathing in, bringing the right arm back up, clasping the hands one more time, pushing them to the ceiling, palms facing the ceiling. And then on the next exhalation, lowering the left arm to your side. Placing the left hand on the left thigh, exhaling, leaning in. And noticing what might be different as you lean in on the other side. Weight is evenly distributed between both feet. Breathing in, bringing the left arm back up to face the right, and then exhaling slowly, lowering the arms down to your sides. Checking in with the body here to notice what sensations are present. And now breathing in and allowing the arms to extend. So pushing the palms out. And then holding the arms in this position. Allowing them to remain extended. And then lowering slowly, breathing out. Noticing sensations in the shoulders, noticing sensations in the wrists, the arms, becoming aware of what is occurring in the body right now. Breathing in and breathing out, aware of this breath, fully present. And now setting the intention to do some shoulder rolls. So whenever you're ready, breathing in and allowing the shoulders to rise up to the ears, then rotating the shoulders back, exhaling down, forward. Do this 2 more times. Breathing in, up, moving the breath along with the movement. Breath flowing freely, really sensing deeply into the shoulders, noticing any sensations, the quality of those sensations, noting if they're pleasant or unpleasant, without having an attitude toward them, just being curious here. And then repeating in the opposite direction. So these are really simple, gentle movements that anyone can do. It's really intended just to become more attuned to this body. And when you've completed 3 repetitions in the other direction, just becoming still, bringing attention to this body and this breath and noticing what's here. And now doing 3 shoulder drops. So on an inhalation, I invite you to bring your shoulders all the way up toward your ears and just squeeze and hold your breath. And then as you exhale, drop your shoulders and sigh. Doing this 2 more times, this time clenching your fists and bringing some tension into your arms. Then lifting your shoulders as you breathe in and dropping and sighing and exhaling. Breathing in one more time, clenching fists, arms are tense, exhaling. And now transitioning into neck rolls. So if you have a neck injury or you are uncomfortable doing neck rolls, making sure that you protect your neck, either in doing very simple rolls or perhaps just turning your head from side to side. And if it's comfortable, gazing upward and bringing your chin to your chest. So just remembering to let your breath flow with the movement. When gazing upward, breathing in. When bringing the chin to the chest, breathing out. At any time you need to change your position from sitting to standing or standing to sitting, please feel free to do so. If choosing to do neck rolls, bring in your right ear over your right shoulder. And then rotating by gazing up, breathing in, gentle movement here. And then bringing your left ear over your left shoulder. And as you breathe out, allowing your chin to either hover over or come closer to your chest. And then repeating this movement 2 more times in this direction. Breathing in, really noticing the sensations in the neck muscles, in the shoulders, any tightness that might be present here. Just taking a note, again, without striving for any particular outcome. The intention here is to just become curious about what we find. And then moving in the opposite direction at your own pace here. If choosing not to do neck rolls, remembering that you can continue to do side to side and forward and back movements. Breath flowing freely. And now transitioning to a very gentle spinal twist. Again, with the feet hip width distance apart. Knees are soft. Chest is lifted. Pelvis is slightly tilted in. Placing the hands on the hips. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, turning the torso to the right. And making sure here that your knees are still pointing forward. This is almost like the feeling of twisting a towel, a wet towel. If you'd like to, as you breathe, you can twist a little deeper. Noticing sensations here. Breathing in, returning to center with the face, neck, shoulders, and torso. And now repeating on the other side, breathing in and lifting, breathing out and twisting. Again, noticing the sensations you feel here. Maybe there's more range as you move from one side to another. Breathing in as you return back to center, and then releasing the hands. Taking a breath here. When doing mindful movement, you can also visualize yourself doing poses or movements if you find them difficult to do at this point in time. And just knowing that visualizing yourself doing these movements also has benefit. Our last pose together today will be a balancing pose. This can be particularly challenging, especially if we're not used to it. So I invite you to find a wall nearby, if you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, to support yourself as you engage in this balancing pose. So breathing in and bringing your arms up. The legs are a little bit more than hip width apart, so slightly a few inches wider than hip distance. And either holding on to a surface or not, beginning to shift your body weight to the right side. So just feel your body weight shift. Your left toes are on the floor and pointing. Breathing in, lifting your left leg off of the floor. You can hold on with your right hand to a chair or to the wall. Notice how the body responds, how it feels to be standing on one leg on the right side. Noticing any sensations you feel, softening the knee, breathing, breath flowing freely. And whenever you're ready, slowly lowering the arms and the foot back on the floor, left foot back on the floor. Taking a moment to readjust, making sure you're close to a supporting surface in case you need it. And now we're going to repeat this on the other side. Breathing in, arms are extended. Becoming aware of your feet. And now shifting your body weight to the left side. Pointing the toes of the right. And lifting. So here I'm holding on to the wall. So just trying it with support this time. And maybe letting go if you feel that that is something you want to play with. Remembering that we're just playing with our boundaries here. We're not trying to become good at balancing. This is simply a practice of becoming aware of where the body's at. How is it responding? What am I noticing? And then releasing, exhaling. We're going to end our practice today with a simple standing or what we call mountain pose. So bring your feet in about fist width apart. So the width of your actual fist. If you put your fist between both feet, that would be the distance of your feet. Taking a deep breath. Maybe some soft belly breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your belly soften as you breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Let your breaths become soft and smooth. You can bring your feet closer together so that your feet are touching if that's comfortable. If not, keeping your feet at fist width distance apart. Softening the knees, tilting the pelvis slightly in. Chest is lifted, shoulders are back. Roll them back if you need to. And then the hands are facing forward. Just becoming aware of how it feels to stand in this way. Feeling rooted to the earth. Feeling the sensations in your fingertips. Aware of all of the body parts that became activated today. Just taking a moment to check in. Noticing how it feels to stand still with curiosity. There may be movements, postures that we find we either like or dislike, and that can be part of our observation in our mindful movement practice. And it's totally okay. And as we bring this practice to a close, taking a moment to bring some appreciation for having taken the time to notice and take care of the body in this way. This body that has brought you here, that has carried you for your entire life. Perfectly imperfect. Just taking a moment to feel that sense of gratitude for whatever your body can do and for wherever it is right now. And remembering that mindful movement can be practiced anywhere at any time. We're always engaging in movement. And so in the same way that we brought conscious, intentional attention to our body today, we can do the same thing, whether we're walking down the street, doing the dishes, or just moving around in our daily life. We can also bring this level of attention to exercise and other forms of physical activity that we might be engaging in to bring better health to the body. Thank you for participating in our mindful movement practice today. I encourage you to continue and to repeat this video if you'd like to. Our next session will deepen our sense of body awareness. Until then, be safe and be well.